Hey Booktube, this is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. I'm here today to do the Honest Booktuber Tag. This is an older tag. I actually thought I had done it, but I missed it. This tag was created by Harriet Rosie. And I was tagged by Jess at Just Book Girl TV. Jess, thank you so much for tagging me. Before I get into the questions, I just want to invite all of you to share your answers to some of these questions in the comment section, or if you have a channel, feel free to go for it and do this tag yourself. I consider yourself tagged. I will try to tag some people, but I'm gonna do some research to make sure I'm not tagging people who have already been tagged or who've already done this tag. So let's see here. Question 1, have you ever lied about reading a book? So I don't always share what I'm reading on my channel. Sometimes I'm reading things ahead of an event, or maybe I'm reading them and not sure, like depending on how I feel about the book, whether I want to share those feelings on my channel or not about it. So I would say I guess maybe I have lied about reading a book. I've never done anything like said, oh, I've read Moby Dick, because I haven't read Moby Dick. So I would never do that. And I would also never critique a book or say anything negative about a book that I haven't read on my channel. Question 2, have you ever avoided a book because of controversy around the content or the author? Okay, so I haven't ever done that. I have maybe prevented myself from reading more books by this particular author, who ironically, this book and this author are on the New York Times best books of this century list. I was shocked. I was stunned. I think it's an excellent book, and that's The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde by Junot Diaz. I read this because it won the Pulitzer Prize for fiction, and I think it's an amazing book. I've never read anything like it before. I wanted to read more by Junot Diaz, and then he kind of became part of the Me Too movement. Like, it was like a weird thing where he was like, I was abused, but then other people came forward and said, well, like, you abused us. And I don't want to go into the whole thing, but it's probably kind of cooled my desire to read more books by him. If he were to win the Pulitzer Prize again, I definitely would read it. But yeah, so it's just kind of maybe slowed my progression on reading anything by him. I was astonished that he was on the I think it's a great book, but I was pretty amazed that he was on that New York Times list. So let's see. Question 3, have you ever been sent a book for free and not disclosed it? No. I have a policy on my channel. It's in my about section or whatever. I don't want authors sending me their books or publishers sending me books. I don't need that. I have plenty of reading material. But I did actually, and when people send me books, there's usually a conversation of like, is it on my wish list? Or I would hate for someone to send me a book, that I already own, or if they send me a book and I read it and I don't like it, that's a bit awkward too. So, but I did recently have one of you wonderful people send me The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck, because I talked about how much I loved The Grapes of Wrath, but our only copy is a Folio Society edition. And so it's great now that I have a reading copy of it reading Folio Society books, like you can't be drinking anything, you can't be eating anything, like it's so pricey. And so anyway, but yeah, so I was very, very grateful. Someone offered to send me, they said they had 2 copies of The Grapes of Wrath, and this edition even matches our edition of East of Eden, so that was just bonus. But anyway, yeah, so I did recently get that book for free. I've already read it. Question 4. Have you ever bought a book with no intention of reading it? Well, I mean, I think we all have bought books for other people that we feel like is more their taste than our own. I certainly have done that. I bought many books for my husband, and he hasn't read them yet. Sometimes he gets books as gifts and I end up reading them before he does. But yeah, as for myself, definitely every book I buy, I'm certainly hopeful that I'm going to get around to reading. Oh, question 5. Have you ever got caught up in booktube drama? Unfortunately, yes. That's all we're going to say about it. Question 6. Have you ever had a hate comment? And did you respond? And unfortunately, like I've been on Booktube for 6 years, so it's pretty hard to avoid getting some comments like that. Although I am actually shocked at some of the things I've heard about other people getting comments about their appearance. Those kind of, that is mind-boggling to me, that someone would leave a comment about somebody's appearance on their channel. It makes me really, really angry. This is not like BeautyTube. This is BookTube. Like, I'm not interested in, I don't care about what people look like, what clothes they're wearing. Like, I think that's really, really uncalled for. The comments that I have gotten are more like, you have completely missed the point of this book. which could be true, and so, if I get a slightly nasty comment on a video, I'm mainly likely to say like, well, thank you so much for sharing your opinion, and that's it. Like, I don't mind that. I did a rant video about John Updike once, and somebody left me a comment who never left another comment, obviously. But he was just like, who are you? And I'm going, who are you? Are you an Updike scholar? Like, it's one thing to just really, who are you? I'm going, well, I'm me. Like, these are my thoughts. Like, if you have thoughts about Updike, like, by all means, feel free to share them. But yeah, so it's more comments like that, and I think that's one of the best parts of review videos. If you watch any of my review videos, you definitely should read the comment section, because sometimes those comments are better than my review, or shed a lot of light on a particular book. Question 7. Have you ever made a video just because you knew it would get views? I think probably all of us have maybe had like a slightly clickbaity title at times. Maybe it wasn't intentional, or so I've probably done things along that line. I would be foolish not to look at what videos get a lot of views to know what people want to see on my channel. So but for the most part, no, I make videos that I want to make. And like one of my the videos that I periodically make that are my fake crates, they never get a lot of views. They take a ton of time, a ton of planning, And I have so much fun making those videos, and I don't care that they don't get very many views. So no big deal. Question 8. If you could go back to the beginning of your channel, would you do anything differently? Oh my goodness. That could be an entire video on its own. Yes, there are many, many things that I would do differently. But you know what? Like, I could spend a lot of time dwelling on the things I wish I had done differently, but instead I'm here, I'm where I'm at, and so I just want to look ahead and look forward to, you know, continuing to grow as a booktuber. And I don't mean like channel size or anything like that, but I just mean, you know, myself, like becoming better at making review videos, and you know, spending more time thinking about a video before I make it, that kind of stuff. But yes, I made many big blunders at the beginning, and that's okay. Like, that's how you learn. That's, yeah. They were all learning experiences. So question number 9, are there any channels you wish you could be more like? I just don't like, I do want to be honest, because there are channels that I wish I was more like, but I don't want people to think that that has to do with like the number of subscribers they have, or their schwinky technology. I don't want to call anyone out, because there's just so many great booktuber channels, and there's so many people in the comment section who don't have channels who I really love and care about, and I consider them to be great booktubers as well, even though they don't have a channel. So I wish I could be more like them in different ways. Anyway, so sorry, I'm dodging the bullet there. Okay. Question 10. What's something that you love about your channel? You know, I feel like after after a period of time, like I finally feel like I've made this a really comfortable, safe space. Try not to be toxic on here, but still be honest about things. So yeah, I think that is something that I really love about my channel. I'd love to hear what if you have something that you really love about my channel. I'd love to know what that is. But yeah, I love engaging with people in the comments section, and you know, meeting new people, and kind of, you know, if you only engage with someone in the comment section, like it takes a lot longer to kind of sort of get to know them. But yeah, so I love when people surprise me too with their ideas, their thoughts, and or just their own perspective. You know, I recently had a great conversation with Stuart. I'll tag Stuart, and I'll just link his channel down below. But yeah, like I mentioned Tori Amos in another tag video, a few of my favorite things, or some of my favorite things, something like that. And yeah, like Stuart responded about like how he'd seen Tori Amos in concert so many times, and it just wasn't what I was expecting. And then Stuart went on to do that tag, because I was like, you're tagged. I'm tagging you. And he went on to do that tag, and like, again, the first question is like, what are your favorite musicians and bands? And he was talking about Demi Lovato and like other current artists that I don't even know who they are. And it was great. I loved it. It was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, he's met Demi Lovato, I think like 5 times or something. So anyway, so I'll tag Stuart, and I will list some other people who haven't done this tag, hopefully down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to hearing your comments, your thoughts about this tag, in the comment section. If you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, you can leave an emoji, or you can give this video a thumbs up, which does help my channel, and I do appreciate that. Booktube, remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.